Hey guys, we are continuing watching my favorite horror animated shorts, and if you guys want to watch these horror stories with me, please continue watching if you're spooked, and if you're like me watching it at 3 a.m. you're cool. Anyway, that's what.
I'm sure by now nothing will happen. He definitely didn't have enough time to get my address. It was very common for me to be home alone at night, as I only lived with my dad, and his shifts would constantly shift from days to nights.
Home Alone.
This happened around the time my dad was doing night shifts. I would stay up really late on these nights watching movies. It's always taken me a long time to fall asleep, so after turning off the TV to go to sleep, I probably laid there for a good half hour. Then, I heard a toy fall over in my toy closet. It was nothing too suspicious, but it still creeped me out. But then, the doorknob to my closet started to wiggle, until finally unlocking the door.
Who's there?
I hid under my covers, not making a sound. It was strangely quiet for a good 2 minutes, so I finally peeked my head out of the covers. There was a figure standing next to my bed, looking down at me.
Just
I
close
screamed
your
at
eyes.
the top of my lungs and began hugging the wall behind me.
It's a dream.
The figure looked out the window and then just walked away out of the room. I stayed in that position for like an hour before checking if he was really gone. The front door was left wide open, so it seemed he had left. I didn't get a minute of sleep that night.
He went away. Oh my god, his eyes are red. Oh my god, you guys couldn't see it. My VTuber is on the way.
The story's from the point of view of a 16-year-old
His eyes were
girl.
bloodshot.
I used to have a boy living next door to me that was obsessed with me. His name was Joey. Every time I would go outside, Joey would come outside as well, as if he were watching me through his windows, waiting for me. He was 17 and very weird. He didn't seem to have any friends, as he was always home.
Joey
I tried
is
to give every
kinda
sign
weird.
possible that I didn't like this guy.
Why does she look
but he
like a
wouldn't get the
zombie?
message.
Her skin
So
tone.
I had to finally just tell him one day that I don't like him and to leave me alone. The look on his face that day is something that won't leave me.
Oh my god, that's
It was the kind of angry look a toddler gives their parents when they can't have a toy. Coming from a 17-year-old,
look at that
it's much more
expression.
One
He
night,
did
my
not
parents
like
left me to
that
watch the
answer.
house. I was working on a school project when I felt my bed shift a little bit. I looked under my bed. I screamed as I saw Joey laying under my bed. I ran away while he tried to crawl out from under my bed. I ran to his house and rang the bell at least 10 times, telling his parents about it when they opened the door. Joey never came out of my house, so I called the police. His parents begged me not to, but I ignored them.
Okay, his parents are
The police
weird
found him
too.
still in my room and arrested him. Apparently, he admitted this wasn't the first time he had hid under my bed. They also found pictures of me scattered across his room. The most disturbing one was of me sleeping, and it was taken from inside my room.
No. If I was her, I would move out, like, immediately.
I was typing away on my keyboard when I heard a noise from outside my cubicle. It sounded like just a random crack from the walls or something. It's unusual in this building, but I didn't get too concerned about it. I resumed typing away and was once again interrupted by a sound. This time, the sound of a computer starting up. It caught me off guard. I was sure nobody else was working the night shift. I stood up on my chair to get a view over the cubicle walls. The glare of a computer screen in the dark was visible in a cubicle on the opposite side of the room. Then I did something stupid, something I regret. I asked if there was anybody there in a yell, hoping to get an answer from a fellow employee. But instead, I saw the glaring light of the computer monitor across the room turn off, and there was once again nothing but darkness on that side of the room. I started getting nervous. I turned off the lamp and computer screen so that I wouldn't give away my position to whoever that
why
was.
is he just staying there?
I crouched down and tiptoed
He
out
should
across
run
to a
away.
nearby cubicle. There was just utter silence.
Why would you crouch?
I sat waiting for something to happen for God knows how long, but I eventually decided the coast was clear. I tiptoed down past all the cubicles until I
I'm
reached
really
the opening near
fast.
the
I'll
exit door
run.
to the stairs and elevators. And that's when
I'm
I
not gonna
realized
stand
that
a
my
minute
fearful
there.
suspicion was true. There was a man crouched down behind a plant in the corner of the room, dressed in all black. I felt my heart sink as I noticed him.
No.
But it didn't seem like he knew that I noticed him.
Bro,
I turned
run!
back to the stairway door. There was no way I was going to wait for the elevator and take a chance.
Angry.
I
I
casually
want the
opened the door and
characters to
closed it
make
behind
smart
me, proceeding to walk down the
decisions.
stairs. After making it down about 2 flights of stairs, I heard the door above me push open aggressively, followed by manic, echoing footsteps coming fast down the stairs. I raced down the stairs, running as fast as I could, all while the footsteps above me were getting louder. I finally made it to the first floor, raced through the lobby, and out the front door. Whoever was in there didn't follow me. I immediately called the cops, along with one of my bosses. My boss said no one was scheduled to work except for me. The cops scanned the place from top to bottom. There was no one in there. I couldn't help them out with any description other than he was wearing all black. I did continue to do the night shift for about a week after that, with my boss allowing me to lock all possible entrances to the floor, including the elevators. But I still wasn't comfortable with it, so ever since, I've been doing the day shifts.
Yeah, day shift it is. Unfortunate. That was a fun story. I mean, spooky fun kind of way. I don't know. I love her stories. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys enjoy these horror story animated, and if there's any other videos you want me to react to, please send them in the comments. And yeah, have a lovely day until next time.